Hello. 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 Okay, so it is now 12:30. I'm sorry, it's 12:28. So if you could type your name in the chat bar, that would be so awesome. That would be amazing. We're just going to go ahead and get started right in a few minutes. We're actually slated to start in about 2 minutes. So if you want to, I know that you've probably been in sessions all morning. If you wanted to grab some coffee, some water, and take a bio break, that would be good. That would be great, because we're actually going to get started in about a minute and a half. And I will be your facilitator, Robin R. Haynes, for this session. So again, we're going to get started in about 30 seconds. Okay. So if you could type your name in the chat bar, that would be awesome. Let's do something called a round robin. Get to know me, I get to know you. And then we'll go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, I am Robin R. Haynes. I am your facilitator for this session. So again, we're going to go ahead and get started now. So today we're going to talk about understanding family budget basics. And it's so important that the family is on point, on par, on the same page when it comes to understanding finances as well as family budgeting. Okay. So during our time together, we're going to talk about a financial plan, what a financial plan is. We're going to also talk about the steps in creating your financial plan and understanding family budget basics. Thank you so much, Mr. Williams, for joining us. And as stated before, my name is Robin R. Haynes. I will be your facilitator for this session. And again, the topic of the session is understanding budgeting basics from a family perspective. Okay. So what is a financial plan? A financial plan is simply nothing more than a comprehensive picture of your current financial situation, which includes your financial goals and strategies that you have put into place to achieve these goals. Good financial planning should include details about your cash flow, your savings, your debt, your investments, your insurance, and any other components of your financial life. Right now, I always say, having been in the financial industry for so long, I always tell clients that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have an abundance of money, 6 figures, 7 figures, to talk about to create a financial plan. You can just you can use what you have to create your plan to get where you want to go. So here are the steps in creating your financial plan. And as you see, I have the word your in bold italics simply because your financial plan is just that. It's your financial plan, right? So number one, you want to set goals. What are goals? You're probably saying, well, Robin, I live paycheck to paycheck. I don't have a lot of money. So why would I want to set goals? Setting goals both overall in your life as well as financial goals is like giving you some type of direction, right? You definitely in this space, you want to have some type of direction. Having no goals, I always tell my clients in my audience, walking around with no goals is like getting in the car, having nowhere to go. Where are you going? You're about to waste a lot of time, money, and gas, right? You want to set financial goals. Ask yourself, what am I trying to accomplish? Both in my personal life as well as in my financial space. What is it that I'm trying to accomplish? And number two, when are you trying to accomplish this goal by? I always tell clients in my audiences all the time, setting goals is just only one component of it. You definitely want to put a timestamp on setting that goal, right? When are you looking to accomplish that goal by? And putting a timestamp on that goal is holding yourself as an individual accountable. Right? So what am I trying to accomplish? And when do I want to accomplish this goal by? Okay, track your financial movements. As a financial strategist and a business advisor, I always tell my clients all the time, you definitely want to use some type of platform, some type of tool to track your financial your financial movements, whether it's a spreadsheet or whether it's an application on your phone, your mobile device, your computer, or your tablet, whatever electronic device. Hey, Erica. Hi, Erica. I'm from Baltimore too, Erica. Thank you so much for joining us. You also definitely want to track your financial movement. I actually built a spreadsheet to assist me in tracking my financial movements, right? So the next thing that you want to do is plan for emergencies. As we all know, emergencies will come and you have to be prepared for those emergencies. I always say have at least $2,000 in your account at all times. And you probably say, well, Robin, again, I live paycheck to paycheck. I really don't have money to put away from savings. Here's the thing, guys. You cannot not afford not to save and money. I'll repeat that. You cannot not afford to save money. Every time you spend money, ask yourself, is this a need or a want? And we're going to talk about needs versus wants in a few minutes, right? And I tell my clients all the time, you don't necessarily have to start off, with 6 or 7 figures. You can actually ask yourself, every time I spend money, is this a need or a want? What's a need? A need is something that's required for survival: food, shelter, clothing, transportation, medication. Okay, what's a want? A want is something that is desired but not required, right? So let's say take Starbucks. Now, Starbucks to me is overpriced coffee. I don't understand for that. And I was, back in my undergraduate days, I left class and went to Starbucks and, went to work, right? But now I'm having no better. Starbucks to me is overpriced coffee. For what? Get some cute creamer, go to Aldi's, go to Walmart and get some coffee and get you some cute creamer from the Aldi's or the Giant, and that be that, right? So you have to, again, every time you have to spend money. Oh, yes. Oh, exactly, Erica. So yes, every time you spend money, ask yourself, is it a need or want? And what am I spending my money on? Because here's the thing, guys, you have the money. You just have to allocate it. You have the money. You just have to transition your mindset of allocating properly. Okay. So then the next component is build your savings account. Learn how to diversify your accounts. Review your financial goals. Again, that's point number 1. Review your financial goals, which will assist you with creating and building, diversifying your savings account. You have your main account for your expenses, where you pay your bills at. You have your emergency savings account. And if you're like me, I have a travel account. I have an account just set aside for travel, right? So learn how to diversify your accounts, right? And if for my business owners, this is business 101, you definitely want to get into the habit of not mixing your personal money with your business money. A lot of business owners make that mistake of co-mingling money. You definitely want to have your personal money, and then you definitely want to have your business money. Okay? Obtain life insurance. And you're probably saying, well, Robin, again, this is another expense that I cannot afford. Here's the thing, life insurance, you have to take care of, after you're gone, you have to ensure that your loved ones are taken care of. Believe it or not, your loved ones are depending on your income. So once you're dead, once you're gone, once you're deceased and you're gone, then what then happens to your loved ones? I always tell my clients, especially my audiences, is remove yourself out of the equation. Okay? Don't leave your family with two upsets. The first upset, number one, the fact that you're no longer here and they have a void because you're gone. Number two, that financial strain that families do leave their loved ones. That's not fair to your loved ones, right? So obtain life insurance. It's two types of life insurance. It's whole life and there is term life. I strongly suggest that you connect with me after this session if you need help with life insurance, because I do have a lot of agents that I can connect you with. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to not have life insurance. That's not fair to your family, and that's not fair to your loved ones. Stop being stingy. I always say stop being stingy. When it comes to life insurance, stop being stingy. Stop. You have to take care. Stop not stop being stingy, but stop being selfish. Think about yourself. Think about your loved ones, and think about your family. Once you're gone, they're going to have to pick up the pieces. Save them the heartache. Save them the headache of trying to find money to lay you to your final resting place. That's not fair, right? And the last piece of exactly, Erica. Too many people don't want to even discuss life insurance. That's like not discussing money. You gotta discuss that component. You have got to discuss. You have got to discuss this component. Okay, and review and understanding your credit. Credit is a large part of your financial picture, and get into the habit of reviewing your credit semi-annually, which is twice a year. I always tell my clients and audiences to review your credit June and December. That's semi-annual, right? Get into the habit. You have Credit Karma, you have Credit Sesame, and the list goes on. You have experienced three credit bureaus that you can actually pull from. But you cannot not know what's on your credit report. You got to know what's on your credit report, guys. That's critical. It's critical. So I'll stop right there before I proceed to the next slide and open up the floor for any questions that you guys may have. If you have questions, please type in the chat, and I'll be sure to pick it up and answer it. Okay? No questions at this time? Okay. So the next component is have monthly discussions, right? Have monthly conversations. Spouses need to sit down monthly to discuss household finances. And why is this important? This is important simply because having worked in the bank for so long, I see families, especially loved ones who passed away. And my husband is now deceased, but he handled all the finances. I don't know where to begin, right? In order for you guys to demystify that behavior, everybody needs to sit down. Your husband, your wife, whoever it is, needs to be on the same page every month. You guys need to sit down and talk about your month. That's it. That's all. The second piece is discuss your goals. Look at where you're looking to go. Discussing your goals with your family is critical. This will ensure and assist in ensuring that everyone has a clear understanding of what is looking to be accomplished within the household. If it's for the tuition, if it's we want to go ahead and put additional money on the principal of the mortgage or the principal of the car, if we want to pay down credit card debt, and the list goes on, the spouses need to be on the same page. Okay? And be transparent in your discussion. Okay, we talked about needs versus wants. What are needs? Needs are something that's required for survival. Food, shelter, transportation, clothing, medication. And what are wants? Wants are something that are desired but not required for survival. Okay. I repeat, do not be afraid to be upfront with your family discussing affordability. Don't be afraid to be upfront with your family and your children when you are talking about affordability. I always used to say, well, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. You know, the way, and I always tell my clients, and we joke about this, the way my mortgage is set up, the way my student loans are set up, be okay, be transparent. And once you're comfortable with saying that, you don't have to pretend. And we're going to talk about, you know, don't allow outside forces to influence you in making financial decisions. We're going to talk about that in a matter of 2 minutes. Okay. We talked about this in a few slides ago. Create different accounts. Setting up different accounts for different purposes will assist you in your financial goals. Ask yourself, number one, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish? Goals are important, guys. What is it that, and here we are, we're coming into the end of 2021. Hard to believe, right? But ask yourself, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish? Number one. And number two, what strategies do I need to implement for me to hit those goals? And when do I want to accomplish those goals by? That is critical. What am I trying to accomplish? What am I trying to accomplish? And why do I want to accomplish this? Right? So you got to have those goals in place. And not only do you have to have those goals in place, you actually have to ask yourself why, and then when. So what, why, and when. And if you're taking notes, please write that down. What am I trying to accomplish? Why am I trying to accomplish this? And when am I trying to accomplish this by? Those are critical when you're determining your goals. The final piece of this leg is stay away from outside influencers. Okay, at times outside influencers, family, friends, social media, TV, etc., can make one feel inadequate. Remember, your financial picture is just that, your financial picture. Again, your financial picture is just that. It's your financial picture. Do not, I repeat, do not allow outside influencers to make you feel inadequate. That's it. That's all. You always got to say the way my bills are set up, the way my household is set up. Ain't nobody paying your bills but yourself. So you have to be, as a consumer, you have to be honest and transparent with yourself as it relates to your financial picture. Like I said, I'll stop right here and I'll open it up for any questions. You can actually unmute yourself and ask any questions that you may have. No questions? Okay. Okay. Strategies to assist you in changing your financial life. Okay. Implement your mindset changes. Guys, this is not an overnight process, right? I always say that your mindset is the line leader. Your mindset, guys, is the line leader. Make sure that we're not running out of time here. Your mindset is the line leader, right? So if your mind says, okay, you know what, we don't have a lot of money, we need to sit in the house, what's going to happen? Then your behaviors will follow, right? Do you live in scarcity or abundance? Gotta ask yourself that. Only you can answer that, right? Okay. Know your overall financial picture and create and work towards your financial goals. Create and maintain a budget. Now, what's a budget? A budget is nothing more than a spending plan, guys. I don't care how much money you make, and let's be for real. I don't care how much money you make. You have to put yourself on a budget. Some of the most successful, richest people, i.e. Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Bill Gates, they all have operating budgets. Okay. Too many of us were not taught the discipline of having a solid budget. Now is the time to get on track with your financial picture. Okay. So create and work towards your financial goals. And again, I just said this about 5 minutes ago. What is it that you're looking to accomplish? Why and when? And you have to answer those questions. And you have to answer those questions in a profound way. What is it that I'm trying to accomplish? Why am I trying to accomplish? And when is this? So, because here's the thing, if you don't put a timestamp on your goals as a candle in the wind, that's cute that you've written down goals. That's cute, right? But putting down a timestamp, guys, will allow you and assist you to hold yourself accountable when it comes to creating and executing your goals. That's it. That's all. The third piece of understanding and knowing your overall financial picture is understand how much debt you have and work towards reducing this amount annually. We just said a few slides ago that you want to definitely pull your credit report at least twice a year. If you're like me, I have the credit applications on my phone. I am anal when it comes to my credit. I am super anal when it comes to my financial picture. I gotta be. Why? Because I'm a financial strategist. It's not, I can't tell you guys how to be good stewards of your finances, and my finances is not the healthiest, right? So I am a student of my own teaching, if that makes sense. Okay. You've got to pull your credit report. And if you don't understand your credit report, please connect with me. I can connect you with some coaches. There's a program called Operation Hope, and I'll put that in the chat. If I can get my cursor to be over here. Operation Hope is a global nonprofit that focuses on financial empowerment and financial dignity for both youth and adults. They specialize in credit and money management, home ownership, as well as small business and entrepreneurship. To teach is to learn twice. Absolutely. I stated it before, Erica, I am my own student. Everything I'm teaching my audiences and my clients, I do within my own household, right? So we talked about to create and work towards your financial goals. We talked about create and maintain a budget. Okay, again, we talked about a budget. A budget is nothing more than a spending plan. We also talked about understanding how much debt you have and to work towards reducing this debt annually. You can't walk around in a whole lot of debt trying to please people. That's not cute, right? And remember, guys, where you are is not your final chapter. Oh, absolutely. So the question is, you spoke of married couples discussing their budget monthly. What suggestions do you have for single people to practice accountability? For me, I have a template. I have a monthly template that I actually use to hold myself accountable. I give myself a budget. I give myself an entertainment budget. I give myself a travel budget, right? I give myself a weekly allowance budget, right? And so every time I spend money, I use this tracker, and I can go ahead and I can email it to you, Erica, if you want me to. I actually use this tracker to assist me with keeping track of my spending, right? So we're mid-September. We're September the 20th as of Monday, right? Thus far, I've spent $46 in my weekly budget. So that lets me know that I have how much money left over. Right? 44. Something like that. Okay. I got you, Erica. Right? So this will allow me, I have a crab budget. I have a wine budget. People are like, well, you have a wine budget? Yes. Although my income is relatively high, I still have a budget, right? And Erica, to your question, yes, people laugh. Even people like, you got a budget? I budget. Here's the thing. I practice what I preach. I am my own student. And how so because I'm my own student, people often ask me, well, Robin, how does this work? It works because I do it. I'm not going to share strategies of things that don't work. How does this work? Because I implement all of these strategies that I teach within my own household. I do it within my own household too. Those things that I teach my audience and my clients I do it within my own household. Right? So it does work. Okay. And remember, guys, where you are is not your final chapter. Where you are in your financial situation is not your final chapter. Hey, Vicky, thank you so much for joining us. So I put my email address in the chat because I probably can't copy and paste Erica. So Erica, if you could just send me an email, robin@robinrhaynes.com, and I'll go ahead and get that tracker over to you as soon as this session is over. So again, my email address is robin@robinrhaynes.com. So guys, for those who just joined us, we're talking about understanding, a budget from a family perspective. We talked about, and I'll go back to a couple slides. Allow me to go back. We talked about setting financial goals, right? What are you looking to accomplish? When are you trying to accomplish it? We talked about tracking your financial movements, using whether it's an Excel spreadsheet, whether it's a budgeting template on an app, whether it be a computer or a phone or a tablet, whatever the mobile device is. We talked about planning for emergencies, because here's the thing, guys, emergencies will come. Life will happen. You guys don't know a little bit about me. So I went through a divorce. I went through a separation divorce, and I had no money. Imagine a financial strategist, a business advisor going to the Department of Social Services with an accounting degree. And my first project, I'm at the Department of Social Services getting food stamps for me and my son, because we had no food. Thank God for my parents who assisted me and bankrolling my mortgage for like a year, right? So emergencies will come. However, and people ask me all the time, well, Robin, how did life happen? How did that situation come about? You're a financial strategist, you know money. My answer is simple. When life hits, life hits. You can't prevent life from hitting, right? And again, I learned that you got to have at least $2,000 in the bank at all times. And I know $2,000 is no money at all, but you absolutely. Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Kennard. I appreciate you. But, here's the thing. Again, life is going to happen, right? It's going to happen, but you got to be prepared for life to happen, right? Build your savings account. Stop trying to keep up with everybody. Now, in the next slide, I talked about not allowing outside influencers to determine your financial path. We got to stay off of social media, guys. We got to make sure that we are transparent within our own self, so that we can be transparent in our own financial picture, in our individual financial pictures. We have got to be transparent. And that's our issue. We're not transparent. We try to keep up with everybody. Stop trying to keep up with everybody. Stop. It's annoying to me. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. If you ain't got it, just be honest, you ain't got it. I'm a business advisor, I'm a financial strategist, and I'm also paying a college tuition by myself and a mortgage by myself. No, I don't want to go out. Why? Because I'm paying a college tuition and a mortgage by myself. Why I need to go out? Everything I need is in my household. And I'm not bragging or boasting. It just is. I worked to get to this point. And when you're comfortable in your own financial picture, when you're comfortable thank you, Erica, it is discipline. It is discipline. When you're comfortable with your own self and you're comfortable within your own financial picture, you got your blinders on. You don't let outside influencers, deter you and say, oh, make you feel inadequate. No, bump that. Literally, I don't go out. I literally sit here and watch Netflix and eat popcorn and drink Chardonnay. It's okay. I don't need to go out. That's it. That's all. So we talked about building your savings account. We talked about obtaining your life insurance. Take yourself out of the picture. Think about your loved ones that you are going to leave behind. Think about your loved one, guys. Oh, I can't afford life insurance. You cannot not afford to have life insurance. Because when you're gone, when you close your eyes for the final time, what's going to happen to your loved ones? They gotta feel that you gotta deal with the fact that you're no longer here. And number two, they gotta try to find money. And GoFundMe, guys, is not a life insurance policy. GoFundMe is not life insurance. I'm sorry. GoFundMe is not life insurance. If I see another GoFundMe page up to put a loved one in the ground, I'm going to jump off the roof. And I understand we don't know, but here's the thing. It's 2021. If you don't know by now, it's because you don't want to know. Death of income is the hardest to recover from. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Vicky. You're absolutely, and GoFundMe is not life insurance. You're exactly right. Everybody, I always say to my clients and my audiences, everybody has a sunrise and everybody has a sunset. So you're born to die. And I know I don't want to sound morbid. I do not. But everybody has a sunrise. Everybody has a sunset. Be prepared for your sunset. Leave your loved ones some type of financial sustainability to lay you to your resting place. Okay? Stop being selfish, guys. And so often I see a lot of families, oh, I can't afford it. Oh, they're too young. No, my son is 24. He has 2 life insurance policies. I'm 44. I have 3 life insurance policies. It just is. Do I need that much life insurance? Probably not. But here's the thing. It's just my son and I. I don't want my child to worry about, or my parents to worry about, oh my God, there's not enough. I don't want to have them deal with that headache. So what do? I actually look at my budget and plan worst case scenario. And to your point, death of income is the hardest to recover from. Absolutely. And that's why you have to put keep your head on a swivel and understand your financial picture. And ask yourself, every time I spend money, is this a need or a want? What's a need? We talked about that. A need is something that's required for survival. Food, shelter, clothing, transportation, medication. What's a want? A want is something that's desired but not required. Right? So every time you spend money, guys, you have to ask yourself, every time I spend money, is this a need or is this a want? And I repeat, do not allow your wants to overshadow your needs, because that's how you get into financial trouble. Do not allow your wants to overshadow your needs, because that's how you get into financial trouble. And again, be transparent. Be honest with yourself. Be honest so that honesty with internally you can be honest externally. And in fact, I was actually I was on travel this week, and it's a group of us from all over the United States, and we get together, right? So one of our closest friends, her birthday is Monday. Okay? True story. So one of the other friends was like, well, can we room together, because I really don't, she's trying to keep up. And I'm like, well, what if she can't go? If she can't afford it, why is she trying to keep up? Just say it's, this week is not. Have you ever been able to? Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, Vicky. So to your question, I'm going to get to your question. So long story short, I'm having another conversation with another friend of ours, and I'm like, yo, she needs to be honest with herself. If she can't afford it, she can't afford it. Right? If you can't go out and travel out, just say, you know what, guys, it's not a good time. This weekend is not a good weekend, and that's okay. We're gonna go ahead, and nobody's gonna judge you. And if they judge you, so what? They don't have to pay your bills. Real talk. Have you been able to discuss affordability with your son? Yes. So having gone through my divorce, having gone through my separation/divorce, his freshman year, I could barely get toilet paper from the dollar store, right? And I felt inadequate as a parent. So here we are, fast forward to 5 years later. Now I'm able to, not only pay my mortgage, but, having worked, God bless me with 2 full-time jobs at that time, I'm now able to pay his tuition. He graduates and no student loans, right? So he has learned my behaviors, Vicky. Believe it or not, your kids watch you. Your kids watch you, right? And I have I had 2 full-time jobs, so my income was over $11,000 a month. Like no kids, I can show you my bank statements. And although my income was high at that time, I was not living like that I was bringing home $10,000 to $11,000 a month. And that's on purpose, simply because why do I need to keep up with the Joneses? Why do I need to keep up? Keeping up to me is whack. So I left one of my full-time jobs in April of this year, and my income decreased by 40%. 40%, oh my God, that's a lot. It is. However, because I did not live like I made $10,000 to close to $11,000 a month, I was able to sustain that 40% decrease in income. Hear me out, guys. My income decreased by 40%. That is a lot in today's society. But because I did not live like what I made, I was able to sustain the hit. And to Erica's point earlier, it's called discipline. Yes, I still shop at Aldi's. I still go in the grocery store with a list. Yes, I have at least $2,000 saved at all times in various accounts. And so to your point, Vicky, yes, my son watches everything at 24. And I remember him being a junior in high school. And he said, I hate the fact that you shadowbox every move that I make. You every time I'm trying to spend money, you should know he's a junior in high school, sophomore, junior in high school. I hate the fact that you shadowbox everything that I do, every money decision that I make. You always got, if I want to spend $200 on shoes, let me spend $200 on shoes. So now he fast forward to when he's in college. He's a senior now. He graduates in December. He's like, I'm glad you know money, because my friends down there, they spend all this money, and I'm like, wow, dude, wow. Okay, they college kids, they want to spend money, they want to have a good time. But he like, nah, I know this money gotta last me. So to your point, he has adopted my behavior. Believe it or not, guys, kids watch. And my son is 24 years old. He has watched me. And it's crazy because all of his friends come to me and say, my Dukes, any money question, any financial question, I'm coming to you first. Okay? Because they trust me. Bottom line. So you never know who you're going to impact, right? So I know we have a few more minutes left. So let me just go ahead and any questions? Okay. So here are some strategies to assist you before we wrap up. Here are some strategies to assist you in changing your financial life. Do you live in the scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset? Know your overall financial picture. You got to know your overall financial picture. What are you looking to accomplish? Create a goal. Put this time stamp on it, and when and why. Why do I want to accomplish this? Just don't make goals, guys, just because it's cute. Don't do that. Create your goals. Understand your financial picture. If it's, oh my God, I need somebody to assist me with strategizing. I offer 30-minute consults at no charge. No charge to the client. Go to the website, robnarhaynes.com, and schedule a 30-minute at no charge to you strategy session. Okay, let's go ahead and put some systems and processes in place for 2022. Because, guys, believe it or not, yes, we are still in a pandemic. However, as the Bible says, trouble won't last always. We are coming out of this pandemic. And I just said to someone last night, if you've walked out of this pandemic with nothing accomplished for the last 12 to 24 months, you've wasted a lot of time. And time is a component that you cannot get back. So let's set the tone up right. Let's tee it up for 2022. Simply go to the website and schedule a 30-minute consult at no charge to you. The next 30 minutes of just talk time. Fill out the assessment, give me some talking points, and we'll move from there. Know your financial picture. Create and maintain a budget. We talked about budgeting. I have a budget. I have a budget. And I'm a financial strategist. Yes. Most successful people, your Tyler Perry, your Oprah Winfrey's, your Bill Gates, and the list goes on. Those business savvy people, they have budgets. Understand how much debt you're in and do something to reduce your debt on an annual basis. Again, that should be one of your goals. And remember, and I can stand in this and I stand true to this. Where you are currently is not your final chapter. Okay, no, if somebody would have told me 6 years ago that I would be paying a college tuition as a single parent by myself on top of a mortgage, I would have laughed. Why? Because I could not see past the independence card. Yes, as a financial strategist, my first book, my first degree, I was at the Department of Social Services because my ex-husband left with no, he just packed up his stuff and rolled out. True story. So I'm stuck with a kid in private school and a mortgage and a house that's kind of falling apart. And Lord, what am I going to do? So fast forward to 2016, I landed job number 1. Fast forward to January 2017, I landed job number 2. So I had 2 full-time jobs while putting myself, and I went back to grad school. I put working 2 full-time jobs to put myself through grad school while putting my son through undergraduate school. It's called sacrifice and discipline. It can be done, guys. Where you are is not your final chapter. I promise you. Okay? And staying focused and determined are key components to make your financial journey successful. Staying focused and staying determined are key components to make your financial journey successful. Stay off of social media. Put some goals and strategies in place and run the point. Okay? And last but not least, this is my contact information. If you would like to stay connected with me, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. My website, robinrhaynes.com. My email address, robin@robinrhaynes.com. My telephone number and my social media handles. Guys, it has been a complete pleasure connecting and hanging out with you all. Do you guys have any last minute questions before we close the session? Now, you guys been hanging out with me for a good 30 minutes or so, about 40 minutes. Y'all had no questions about what we discussed? Thank you, Erica. I appreciate you. Yeah, Erica, go ahead and shoot me that email. If you have not done so already, now go ahead and get that budget and template out to you. And if you want a copy of this presentation, because I do have a copy of it in PDF form, shoot me an email at Robin. I'm going to type my email address in. Okay. And then in the subject line, put presentation. Okay. So put if you want a copy of today's presentation, shoot me an email and I can definitely send it out to you. And again, the presentation, I always like to share my presentations with my audiences simply because they can use them as reference points. I love go is you're right, Gwen. No, listen, and we can go on a tangent about that. But honestly, and I'm not even saying this as a financial strategist or business advisor, but I am so aggravated of us taking the easy way out, the lazy way out. Do your due diligence, do your homework, do your research, and get a life insurance policy. Stop spending money on hair and chicken and get a life insurance policy. Okay, Marjorie, go ahead and if you can, like I said, if you can shoot me an email, Marjorie at robinrhaynes.com, and I can go ahead and shoot me an email now, and I can go ahead and because I don't think I can save this chat link. Yeah, so Robin, and so if you guys want a copy, okay, if you want a copy of the email, if you want a copy of the presentation, shoot me an email, robin@robinrhaynes.com, and I will go ahead and definitely send it out. Go ahead and email it out to you. Okay. So again, last call for questions because I know that our session has come to an end. Thank you so much for allowing me to grace your stage, your platform, Mr. Williams. Thank you to all the participants who joined into this discussion. Again, if you want a copy of the presentation, just shoot me an email at robin@robinrhaynes.com. Thank you so much, Ms. Curtis. I appreciate you. Ms. Kennard, Ms. Parker, thank you so much for your words and chiming in today's discussion. Again, I do have a booth in the exhibit hall. So if you want to talk to me on one-on-one, I'm actually headed to the booth now. So if you want to connect with me, go to the expo room and okay. Thank you so much. Yes, Miss Eubanks, the book, actually the audio book for Project 2 just was released this summer. I was like, oh my God, I'm on iTunes. Shut up. Craziness, right? But if you want to connect with me in the exhibit hall, I'm headed there now. So again, guys, it's been my pleasure. Again, my name is Robin R. Haynes, and please, please, please stay connected with me, okay? Any questions for me? All right, we're going to go ahead into the exhibit hall, okay? All right.